Yo yo yo, it is only one binding this time. Hell yeah, we're already halfway through Pantheon 4. This is great. Almost back on our home turf. Pantheon 5 all bindings. As much as I want to get back, I also kind of don't, because doing these runs is way less effort and it feels so great. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I am giggling like a little girl because I have just planned with bro certifiably. We have drinking plans tonight, which I am of course kicking my feet and blushing while what I don't fucking know. I don't know where I'm getting at. Anyway, it's been a while, so hell yeah. Drinking problems, I welcome you back. It is Saturday. I thought it was Sunday today. I gotta be honest. I thought I had to get up working tomorrow. Which, who wants to work? Might as well work while hungover. Am I right? So yeah, that is essentially all the plans I have today. I've just spent the majority of today just watching Avatar, I guess. Doing adult stuff. Yuck. And yeah, watching Avatar. I've quote unquote just started season 3. I'm like a good ways into it. Basically, the gang is in the Fire Nation now, so I'm expecting us to be in the home stretch of the series, which is, I mean, the series has been great so far, but it has ramped up. So, you know, in the last couple of episodes I just watched today, mainly because we're finally getting like explanations for things and, you know, world building in general, and also like we're exploring more and more about like the, you know, the enemy team, as it were. We're slowly but surely figuring out more about like the old Avatar, Avatar Roku, and, you know, the then Fire Lord, what's his name, Sozin, something like that. And, you know, god damn it. By extension, I guess, we're also finding out a tiny little bit about Fire Lord Ozai, even though we don't really know anything about Ozai, which I think is really interesting, to have this, like, grand final villain that we don't actually know. And I'm kind of expecting Fire Lord Ozai to not really be a big problem, and the main villain end game guy instead being somebody we know and have some sort of attachment to, just to make it more interesting. And, you know, I'm leading up to that being Zuko. I don't really have a good grasp on Zuko yet. I felt like I did, but then he straight up just went back on his word. And, you know, his entire thing with, you know, his journey with his uncle, he kind of dipped out on all the teachings his Uncle Iroh gave him, you know, and, you know, did a decision that in the end, yeah, it was a good decision for the Fire Nation, sure, but pretty terrible for like his own I guess well-being, his own like mental state. Because he literally went against his own fucking uncle, his fucking, his master, his, teacher guy. Waka to you too, fuck off. So, you know, we're seeing the aftermath of that, and, like, Zuko's insanity basically going down the drain, and we're also getting more and more, like, Zuko kind of wanting to get comfortable around like the Fire Nation and his family and stuff like that, but you can feel that he is like kind of walking on eggshells, trying to, like, he still doesn't really fit in the way he wants to. And I feel like it's just interesting to watch Zuko, like, figuring out more about him, and, you know, why he, because in the end I feel like he managed to change in the you know, invasion of Ba Sing Se, when he finally, you know, a traitor to the good guys, essentially. When you switch sides. God damn it. I don't know, it's just interesting to watch, because I finally felt like I had a grasp on, like, his character, like, what is his main shtick, right? But in the end, I got bamboozled by the show, and now I don't really know if I know him, and I don't know if I like Zuko, like, as a person, you know? I love him as a character, as, like, a concept of, like, a villain, I guess, if you can even call him a villain, because he is, like, just a, you know, he's a scarred soul. He has a dark and twisted mind, you know, shit like that. But in the end, I don't feel like I know Zuko well enough. But I guess that's why it makes this arc so interesting, because you see so many different sides of Zuko and him trying to figure himself out also. Because, like, yeah, he is technically now at the point that he has tried to reach, like, his entire life, but he's still not happy about it. In fact, he is, like, actively angry at himself, and he doesn't really know why. God damn it. So I find that all very interesting, just to, like, watch him, just to observe him. Also because he is, I don't think he knows for a fact, but I think he's pretty certain that Aang is still alive. You know, when the entire world essentially think he is dead. Except for, I guess, you know, Zuko. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Zuko knows that Aang is still alive somehow, and that leads me to the next funny guy that has been introduced kind of out of nowhere. I don't know, they had a name for him, Sparky Boom Boom guy, who is just like a force of fucking nature. He is this firebender who has a third eye that he can just like shoot fucking lasers out of, it seems. He can shoot explosions out of his third eye. And that's basically all he does. He has some sort of weakness about like getting, you know, covering his eyes or like damaging his eyes directly. But it's just this, like, you know, because Avatar is very episodic in its, you know, in its nature in general. So I think it's really interesting to watch this guy, like, just, you know, going about random side quest, and then suddenly this fucking guy who wants to murder us all wanders in, and he is not fucking weak by any measure. Goddamn, I am getting my ass handed to me here. Like, he's like the fucking boogeyman. He just pops out of nowhere and kicks our asses. And we can't even really fight him, because he's just so difficult to deal with. And we end up just running away. I say we as I'm, you know, a very well-known member of the Team Avatar. So that's basically the state of things right now. Is just that we're trying to get to, you know, we're basically just hanging out, I guess, until the invasion begins, until the what's it called, the not the full moon, the fucking sun covering up thing. What's it called? God damn it! They just said it. Damn. I might be stupider than I thought. Anyway, that is a thing that is going on right now, and, you know, just finished the episode where Aang is just, like, getting more and more fucking, not schizophrenic, fucking paranoid about him, like, being, not really being prophesied, but being, like, the guy who is gonna be responsible for taking out the Fire Lord. And you know what that, like, entails, like, how he's gonna do that. He's, like, so much pressure on this little fucking kid, to deal with a world-ending threat, I guess. Like, it's just interesting to watch, because this had to happen at some point, right? Aang facing the, you know, him having to deal with the whole Fire Lord Ozai situation, it had to happen, right? But it because of the like episodic like villain of the week type show that this is, it just kind of creeps up on you, and you don't really realize that, oh shit, the invasion is in like a couple days. And I guess that's the last I watched, so I don't really have an update on the invasion itself. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. I also don't know, like, he had a whole ass arc about, like, basically this episode was about Aang not really sleeping whatsoever because he's fucking paranoid and he wants to train because he's not confident that he can beat the Fire Lord, especially because he has no firebending skills. Now, of course, he doesn't need it for the invasion, but, you know, because he is the Avatar, I feel like this invasion is gonna go wrong, and he's gonna, you know, they're not even gonna meet the Fire Lord. So everything is gonna go wrong. I feel that way, at least, because there is no way that there are only, like, a couple episodes left. There is no way. But, you know, that's also just like, he's the Avatar. He has to learn firebending at some point. That's kind of the point, is that he has to learn all 4 bending styles to you know, be the Avatar. So right now, he's not really a fully complete Avatar, I would say. So I don't really know what I don't even know what predictions I have about it. But I guess I do have some sort of prediction in terms of, I guess, okay, so if the end boss guy ends up actually being Ozai and not Zuko, as I think that Zuko is gonna join us in just, like, you know, betraying his father, going out and, you know, basically adventuring again, leading the gang into victory, because he knows the ins and outs and stuff of the entire Fire Nation, and thereby also inviting Uncle Iroh back, because we've seen, like, montages of, you know, jumping around from people to different person to different person, and, you know, basically, yeah, I was right about Iroh just getting fucking absolutely ripped in, you know, having his own little classic anime prison arc. So yeah, he is straight up for real just ripped now. You know, people think he's going fucking insane, but he's just, like, training day in, day out. Ooh, get absolutely juked, brother. I feel confident about this one. Of course, that is what I'm saying as I am getting my ass handed to me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I feel way more confident in this guy now that I've played him a couple times. Also, now that I, you know, actually do some sort of damage with my nail. That's pretty good. I feel like I can read his every movement, which is just great. It's more about the sorta unpredictable ones, like that one and that one. So yeah, I guess I don't really gotta explain it. Instead, I can just show you. Anyway, I actually want to get this over with, so I will, like, shut the fuck up and just let the gameplay talk. He should be dead soon. Oh, he's dead right now. Okay. Well, GG's, brothers. Only one binding left in Pantheon 4, then we have all the blood hearts, and we can go back to home sweet home. Pantheon 5, all bindings. Hell yeah. What does that mean? What? Wait, did I unlock the last one? Do you not need all 4? Why did the middle one glow? Is that just a goofy little gimmick? No, I need one more. I need one more. Right? Right? Is that not how it works? I guess I don't really... Shit, I'm just assuming. Anyway, I guess we'll see. For now... for now, goodbye, I guess. I have nothing to add. Bye, gang.